Shattered Sun. We've got Jesse, Marcus, Henry, and Robert. Guys, how's it going today?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good.
Yes. So glad to have the guys back together. The boys are back in town.
Yeah.
Corpus Christi, back where in one of the stages that you have conquered out of the many here in the Coastal Bend.
Yeah.
And back in the day, doing Riches, doing fucking the underground.
We did
we
the
ever do
underground.
I thought so, right, Rudy?
We did Clicks.
Yeah,
Clicks. The
Tweeties.
fucking
Yeah.
Tweeties and the Compound.
Yes.
Oh,
Downtown Riot.
yeah.
Right. And of course, Brewster Street.
Yeah.
Yes, man, dude.
We're deep in the streets, though. Deep in the streets when it comes to that.
Man, you've been paying your dues, making everything happen, and now we've had a little hiatus. It's been 4 years since the last performance of the band, but things have finally come together. The stars have aligned, and now Shattered Sun is back on the Night of Reunions, Joe Morales Memorial Show. It's gonna be amazing. It's a stacked fucking lineup, and I've had the pleasure of meeting a bunch of bands that are already going to be a part of the show, and have you guys already being at the tip of the iceberg and getting all your bros together. You know a few of the guys that are playing in the opening bands, right?
Love them all.
Yeah, right. The guys from Periwinkle coming back, Dark
Yeah.
is Divided, and all the guys, till modern day, Relent.
Yeah.
You got close ties with
Oh,
Megan.
yeah.
The guys at Relent, of course.
Absolutely. Zombie King. You know what I
Zombie
mean?
King, right?
All of those bands, like, to us, represent like where we were. You know what I mean? Taking that next step to the next
Yeah.
level, and man, to have them on, like, with the bands that are reuniting, such a great lineup, man. It's really gonna be special.
It's going to be awesome. And Robert's in the mix too, just like he was in the mix with you guys coming up. And, he's one of those guys that is very instrumental and very, he builds, he gets structure out of all these bands and really uses expertise to take me to the next level.
Absolutely.
So guys like Zombie King and Modern Day Renegade, we're starting to work with him. Big props.
And I mean, it's evident in the success that they're having. You know what I mean? Like, anything that Beltran really gets into and helps mold, usually takes that next step. So it's really awesome to see.
It's going to be great.
He cracks the whip a lot, so
Yeah.
it's like he'll get on you.
But we needed that. You know what I mean? Like, when we were there, we went almost 10 years doing Shattered Sun where we didn't have like a direction until Beltran came in and was just like, all right, y'all gonna stop playing with your fucking shirt off, dude. Like, y'all motherfuckers are gonna have a look. You're gonna work on these songs, and he really helped mold the band. And I mean, obviously, we were able to take that next step. So huge props to Rob.
Huge. Awesome. So I think the last show with you guys playing on the stage was the COVID show during Halloween with Periwinkle and Zombie King. And that was a strange kind of feel, like we were talking a moment ago, because the COVID atmosphere. And
we did when did we do? We did that in October.
Yeah.
And so we were like right in the thick of COVID, and I'll never forget like how weird like it felt. You know what I mean? Because like people were getting like told they couldn't get up from their seats. They had police officers there that were securing the crowd, and it was
strange.
Yeah.
Strange experience.
It's one of those things where we had to like step back and be like, okay, well, we're a band that we always address the crowd or try and get the crowd going. Well, like, what's the point of telling the crowd to do a circle pit? Like, if you get fucking arrested, like if you fucking get up from your table.
Yeah.
So
you keep that seat warm for me.
yeah, it was a real bad taste, and not only my mouth, I'm sure these guys as well, that was like the last one, and I always like wanted to fix that. You know what I mean? So I'm glad we're able to do it now.
Exactly. But it looks like COVID's in the rearview mirror for the most part. We've gotten back to enjoying concerts all over again. So I think this one's not only going to sell out, but it's going to be a madhouse.
Yeah.
Brewster Street's going to go fucking crazy.
And I gotta say too, like it feels good bringing some fucking metal back to Brewster's, because it feels like it's been like a country thing. And don't get me wrong, we love country music. I'm just saying, like, it feels good that we are the ones that are going to be able to bring that back to Brewster Street. Just huge props to them for having us, man.
Hell yeah. Very well, appropriately, that Shattered Sun is going to be bringing the metal back right there. So tell me real quick, tell me a little bit of history. Shattered Sun, how it came together.
Man, Daniel started this back in 05, man. So like none of us were even in the band. I wasn't even the singer of Shattered Sun. He started in Nawadulce, Texas, man. And it was really his dream and his goal. But like I said, we did a lot of things before we were able to catch a break, almost 10 years, you know, before we had even met Jesse or met Beltran or, you know what I mean? And we did things the wrong way.
Yeah.
Like for a long time, you know, Rob wasn't even like a drummer. Like he just became a drummer for Shattered Sun. And
so I kept the beat, and then they cracked the whip on me.
Yeah.
So it's like,
and we got
there's a
to
lot of threats.
yeah, a lot of threats.
So you better play that fucking blast.
Yeah.
Right? It's like,
So we got to do some things like as far as like we went to Boston to record a record with, or a EP I should say, with, and you brought that with you today. Holy shit.
2008 right there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and it was, all of those moves were all the wrong moves. You know what I mean? And it wasn't until like we got with Beltran that it was like Rob said, he cracked the whip and said, you know, you guys are doing this all wrong. And we had been doing it at that point fucking forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Almost 10 years of doing it the wrong way. And Beltran came in and was just like, we're going to wipe the slate clean. We're going to build you guys an image. We're going to build you guys a sound. And it took some time. I mean, we worked with Beltran for about 5 years before Chuck and Maria and Johnny and Victory Records ever came to the table. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was a very long ride, man, just to take that first step into the industry. And we're able to do some really fucking massive things, man. Like our first tours, you know, we got dumped right in the fire with Testament and Exodus.
Yeah.
Just fucking San Francisco, fucking
Their
bird.
hometown.
A real
Yeah,
trial by fire.
Yeah, oh, dude.
Yeah.
And
They were
that,
shooting that night.
yeah, no, you know, it's
It was
funny.
wild.
That night, I have such a great story that night. We always joke about it. Johnny Z and Marsha, they had came out to see the show, and they were in our dressing room, and we were so fucking nervous, dude. That like,
Sound check didn't go good.
yeah,
No.
Johnny told fucking Beltran, we were sound checking, and then all of Testament and Exodus, fucking Gary Holt, everybody was there. Chuck was trying to show off his boys, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we fucking sucked ass at sound check, dude. And
Oh.
Johnny Z went up to fucking Beltran and was like, "Are they playing that song tonight?" He's like, "Yeah, they are." He's like, "We're in for some trouble now, boys." But we get to the dressing room and we get all dressed up, and man, we were
Started hammering beers, man.
pounding beers. And I remember Marsha was sitting on top of Johnny's lap, and he was just looking at us for about 30 minutes. He goes, "Do you boys normally drink this much?" He's like, "You're making me fucking nervous." And we're just like, "We're fucking nervous." You know what I mean? So we crushed all the beers, and as we were walking up to the stage, they did not give a fuck about Shattered Sun.
Yeah.
They were there to see fucking Exodus. And
Yeah, I remember we get
That's
a
right. Yeah.
Facebook messages. Oh, I'm just gonna wait in the parking lot while
Yeah.
they're Shattered Sun plays.
Yeah,
I'm
they're all,
gonna
"Who
sit
the
my car.
Who the fuck is this fucking bad Shattered Sun? So fuck them. I'm gonna be at the bar drinking. Fuck it. Until fucking Exodus comes on. But we had to fucking earn it every fucking night, dude.
Hell
And
yeah.
it was that's why I fear no tour ever anymore. 'Cause
Yeah.
that was like the one where it's like, oh fuck.
So
man.
even their stage crew, like those guys taught us how to tour like day one.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
we were just even like rolling our cats on stage, like they'd be like, you know, so better not roll over these cables or they're gonna fuck us up.
Yeah,
Like,
they taught us a lot, man. Like about like because we all tour now, you know what I mean, in different capacities. But that tour was like, okay, you're gonna learn. Like you're gonna learn today, and it wasn't because we were Chuck's band. Like we had to truly earn it from them to where it was like I remember there was one where we weren't even gonna get a sound check, and their stage manager was like, "Nope, we're holding the doors 15 minutes for Shattered Sun." And we did a quick sound check, and you have to earn that respect, man.
Yeah.
Like to earn that as an opening band. But
so we were in a barbecue for him that one day
Yeah.
on Tom, the drummer of Exodus' birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were in this lawless town in Illinois.
Sauget. I called it Saget.
and we're done playing, and we just decided to barbecue in the parking lot. And then it was Tom's birthday, and they're all hanging out. So they invited us onto their bus that night, and we all got wasted. And then after that, like that's when like they like kind of all took it under
Embrace
their wing
this.
and like,
Yeah.
all right, these guys, they're all, you know.
Yeah, they would be in there. They would be in their buses, and then we fucking just roll up like all fucking just a bunch of Mexicans in the goddamn van. Just roll out, be like, "Is there a shower today? Can we use the bathroom in there?" Like, but again, man, like I wouldn't trade those lessons we learned in those times for anything. They were so vital in our And
development.
yeah, well, we all, even to this day, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Learning tour etiquette and all those things.
I think I remember Zetro coming out and saying, giving you guys some love.
Oh, fuck.
Like, you
He
guys
did.
are the
CD release day.
coming
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, that was one of the coolest things because our first experience with Zetro, he came up to us and he was like, "You guys are the new band. I'm just gonna let you know right now. So I did a show with Lamb of God, and they fucking booed him off the stage. He's also come with your fucking A game." We're just like,
Well, day one.
yeah, who the fuck booed Lamb of God off the stage?
That's when we
Like,
started drinking that.
yeah, so they were so nervous, dude, because we were like, "Fuck, dude, you're gonna fucking boo us off the stage." But release day, he did a nice little speech about how like he remembers being that day where releasing your first record, you know, on a major record label was such a big thing. Yeah, he did that for us. He's like, "We're putting Shattered Sun on our fucking blacklist." And
Yeah.
Yeah, and my shirt came off that I got the pit.
oh yeah.
I was in shape back then.
We used to always tell Chuck at the end of the night, we'd be like, "Chuck," he'd go into his bus and be like, "We want the beer, we want the beer." He's like, "Oh, you guys want some fucking beer?" They give us the beer, we just fucking shit stomp that motherfucker the rest of the night.
Unbelievable.
Good stuff,
Unbelievable.
man.
Chuck Billy's been an idol of mine ever since I first heard the new order. But of course, I think it was Over the Wall on Headbangers Ball at first. And Chuck's just, you know, I still see the Headbangers Balls coming up on YouTube and stuff. And you see Chuck, and it's like, look at that bad motherfucker.
Yo,
Yeah, he
No.
still throws down.
he was a good looking,
I'm telling you, right?
he is a good looking motherfucker.
Yeah, I remember
Unless it was his.
Yeah.
so when we did the ghost hunt in Niagara with
Oh yeah.
I remember me and Beltran were watching him play from the balcony. They were doing into the pit, and it's like, dude, that old man was throwing the fuck down.
Oh,
Talking about
yeah.
like, cause like we'd see him like every night, and it was like, you know, okay, you know, still throwing down, but that night, like his neck must have fucking hurt.
It was always
Like Chuck threw down that night.
yeah, it was always like one of those things. It was like you're 26 years old, so my voice hurts. Had the best story because Chuck told us, he's like, "Yeah, man, your first tour, go out there and fucking party, drink beers, rip it, and go for it." Fucking like maybe like 18 shows in, I was just like, I was like, I think he's all, you know, what's going on? It's like, oh man, I'm just tired. I'm fucking drained. I've you know, been drinking and partying and going nuts and doing it. So, you know, maybe cut back on that shit a little bit. We're trying to go on your word.
So you told us, man.
Yeah, but you know what, man? That's why we cover Return to Serenity. Like Johnny, he first came to us with it. He goes, "Yo, let's we want to honor Chuck." Because Chuck was like in the management crew, like there was Maria, there was Johnny, but Chuck was like the mentor that related to us. Like he was still like
Like each one had their own kind of specific role within the band. Chuck being the musician himself, like it's like we could like they had a relationship.
yeah, Chuck was the one that would be like, "Oh, let's crack a beer." Like, yo, he was in the room with us, like helping us, you know, write the vocal parts and things like that. I mean, our third record, you know, Chuck came to Alice for about about a week, and we recorded vocals in a little apartment room, dude. So, you know, room 5, yeah. You know, just very, very special that we were able to be a part of such an incredible management team.
Yeah,
they took us and
He had so much belief and faith in you guys,
yeah,
and that's what it needed. You need somebody to believe in you right now.
yeah.
And
We
he was
were
the guy, got John and Marcia behind it. Oh man,
John-
history right there.
John was like the proponent of like making it work because the only reason anybody picked up the phone to hear Shattered Sun, which was a new band that nobody fucking heard, was because fucking Johnny and Marshall were on the other end. Calling. Like that's how it all came about. You know what I mean?
You got instant street credibility.
Yeah, because
having them behind you.
who wasn't going to pick up the phone for Johnny Z? And I remember so many labels telling us that the only reason I even listened to this is Johnny Cole and Victory. You know, it was such a weird thing because I don't know if you remember this, Tony. Do you remember when we had a record label showcase and we had scheduled a bunch of record labels were supposed to come to Rich's or Theo's? Yeah.
And Chuck was in town.
Yeah, Chuck, Johnny, all of them, they came to the show. So we had about 4 or 5 labels that were set to come. Only one made the trip. So that night, we blew the roof off the joint. It was one of the best nights of our band.
Yeah.
And we thought we had signed a deal. We went to Silverados.
Yeah, Silverado Stonehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve Joe, right?
Steve Joe, yeah, from
Yeah.
Century Media. Yeah, and he was like, "Hey man, like we want to sign you guys," and we're just like, "Oh my god, okay." Like we left there and we went to Bone Shakers right next door and started fucking drinking at fucking noon. It was just like, "Fuck, yes, we did it finally." And I'll never forget Johnny calling me a week later. He's like, "We're turning down the deal," and we're just like, "What? Why? What?
Yeah.
We told all our deals and deals already." Like,
What's up? So my dad told me I'm probably not wasting my time.
And he was like, "Just trust me, boys. Trust me." And it was such a bitter pill to swallow because we went another 4 or 5 months before we signed the deal. So it was like,
Yeah.
why are we walking away from this? But we had to trust the knowledge of Johnny and Marshall. They saw something there that wasn't favorable for us, and we trust their word. That's why we signed it.
That's it.
So it was a lot of those moments where I look back and I'm so thankful that we were like the last band that Johnny really pushed. New band, like
Yeah.
that he really took under his wing and was like, all right, I'm gonna make this band a known commodity in the metal industry.
Started with Metallica and
That's
with
right.
us.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You made history with that, with John.
Yeah.
Make that happen. And so with the reunion, who kind of got the wheels rolling on the train to get the reunion going together?
Man.
I personally like I have moments where I'll call the guys or have a group message and I'll just be like, because I'm on tour with my
Yeah.
other group I'm working for, and I'll just be bored one day and it's like, man, we need to fucking get together. I'm tired of like setting stuff up. Like we need to do this. So I'll send a group message and then we'll start talking and it'll be cool for like a day or two and then like we all forget about it. And it's been going like that for a few years.
Well, we tried like
Yeah.
several times over the years to try and make it work. It just never really came about. But I lost my father-in-law, Michelle's dad, recently, and he was such a advocate for Shattered Sun. He was always at our shows, always supporting. Would always tell me all the nights that we would drink in the backyard. Man, if you and the guys from Shattered could just put y'all's differences aside, like just come together for the music. And I would always tell him like, oh man, it's too thick. It's not gonna happen. We tried. We never got to do it. So like once my father-in-law passed, it felt like it was all right, we need to do this while we can, while we're all still like healthy and still want to do it, still love the music.
Time to do it.
Yeah, it was time,
Yeah.
and seeing the reaction from the fans, dude. Like
So
That's-
we're good.
yeah, that's crazy, man. Like I was a little skeptical. I didn't know, and to see that people were so excited that we were coming back, it makes me think, man, we really left a lasting impression. You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely, man. And that's just here, being in Corpus Christi and Alice, South Texas. You guys are legends, man. You made it happen. You hit the road. Slipknot. I'm sorry, Slayer.
Yeah, Slayer.
Slayer.
Yeah.
Metal Mayhem tour.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude!
Yeah,
Playing
man.
with Slayer all the time.
Oh, dude.
And of course, the Testament Exodus right from the get go.
We got to tour with Soulfly and Soilwork every night.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
We-
That was good.
Yeah, dude.
Amazing.
That first year, we were thrown into it, but it was also like you said earlier before the thing, like we really had to sacrifice a lot at that time. Some of us had kids.
Real.
I think
Yeah.
Daniel was just becoming a new father. Like Joseph too. I remember we were going out for Mayhem Fest and we were all doing the thing where we meet up with our families and Joseph walks out with his girl and she's pregnant. And we all didn't say anything. We all didn't say anything until we were down the street and we fucking were like, hey man, I worked out with you every day for 8 months. You didn't fucking tell me that you were pregnant, dude. Hey, and funny story about Joseph, man. The Chicago date of Mayhem Fest, we played it. He got off the stage, got on a plane, came home, saw his son be born,
Oh,
got back on the fucking plane, and made it out to the next fucking show.
Didn't miss out.
Didn't miss a beat.
dedication to the family and to the band family.
Yeah, I know, and
Very cool.
I think-
Fuck yeah.
I think about it
And he drove
now.
a lot.
Yeah, we needed him.
Yeah.
We needed him out there. We fucking needed him out there.
He kept
But-
us alive.
but man,
The youngest one.
That Mayhem Fest, like I told you earlier, we were talking about it the other day. Fuck, how could we fucking go 2 months in a van with 12 people, no
Yeah.
AC, fucking in the middle of summer?
No way.
Whew. I don't know, man. I don't know. There was, oh my god, we just
But at that time, that was the road ahead.
Yeah.
So that was the road you were gonna go.
yeah,
We already started this way.
Yeah.
It's too late to turn back now.
yeah.
And
And
fucking
we
amazing.
cut a lot of our teeth on that
Yeah.
tour, man. 6 songs, the middle of the day, fucking packed house, Slayer's on tonight. Go
Ooh.
fucking gun it. And
Yes.
man, we were just fueled by fucking
Cold cock whiskey.
cold cock whiskey
And,
mixed with energy drinks.
Yeah, Rockstar.
What a partying band, dude. I would always see you guys having a blast with everybody's got a big smile, partying, enjoying the life out there.
I think we
Hell
hit
yeah.
I think we hit the liquor after breakfast a lot on those
Yeah.
on that
Yeah,
tour.
there's
Yeah,
one night,
absolutely.
it was John Reese's birthday, where we were friends with Gary Holt from before, and there's a party, so then we were just like taking shots. They did take us to Slayer's dressing room, and
Yeah.
then football talk started happening.
Okay.
And like, so he's our cowboy right here.
That's right.
He was our Romo,
That's our
and, like,
ambassador.
and you know those guys they're 49ers fans, and we ended up putting Gary Holt in the headlock like that night. And then
Hell yeah.
Got-
it changed the dynamic the rest of the tour.
Yeah, we got thrown out of the dressing room, and you know, it was one of those things where the next morning I woke up and we were at some gas station, and they were just like, "Bro, you'll never believe what you did last night." I was just like, "Dude, what?" They were like, "Oh, this and that happened," and you were just slamming Jaeger and cold cock shots. And so the next day I had to man up, and I went up
Yeah.
to Gary in catering. I was just like, "Man, I'm so fucking sorry that I did that." He was just like, "Oh, it's cool." But I felt it. I was like, God damn it, I fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
But recently, Daniel behind the camera, we were in Europe, and Gary comes out of the bus, and I come out there, and I was a little like hesitant to talk to him. He was like, "Hey, Marcus, what's up?" So
Very cool.
yeah, good to know that was smoothed over. But man, I definitely made a fool of myself that night.
I was sneaking beers in my sweatpants to that party.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, we had some good
Yeah,
times.
we were bad. We would steal beers from all the other bands.
Code Orange? Yeah, Joseph would
Joseph.
steal their fucking beer every day, dude.
Yeah, every day.
Like, because they'd give us like a 24-pack every day, so they weren't drinking. So fucking,
Oh, I was like, hey, they're not gonna drink.
yeah, I was like, if anybody should have it, it is us.
Or they weren't drinking because we stole it.
Oh, well, that too. We never truly found out the reason. But another funny thing about that tour was our exhaust broke. So our van just sounded like a goddamn fucking race car, dude.
Oh,
Right,
shit.
open cans.
They had a stage manager. His name was Mikey T. He's from San Antonio, and he was a Mexicano too. And he came up to us and fucking roll in with the goddamn thing. It was just revving it. He's like, "Come on, guys! It's like, oh, the only other Mexicanos out here. You're making me look bad." Dude. And I remember later that day we were out washing our clothes, and the goddamn fucking. It was like, "You guys, dude, you guys are just fucking making us look bad." Out here. Good stuff, man. Good
But I
stuff.
noticed within the past few days, you've been on the air with Rex.
Mhm.
All right. So I know Rex has been a big help for you guys
Yeah.
here on the radio airways, and so is Monty
Monty.
Montana.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And so tell me, you met up with Monty, I think maybe 3 days ago.
Yeah.
Right. And he's going to be hosting the show.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and you know the cool thing is you know with radio station politics, it's always kind of hard. Like if both radio stations are supporting it, like it's got to be a neutral
Yeah.
show. Monty is just kind of like above all of that. You know what I mean? To where everybody was like, "Oh, well, you know what? It's cool. Monty's doing it." So it's
He's got a voice for radio.
yeah.
Yeah.
And not only that, he's also continued to be like such a great like friend to us. He was at our pamper party, our baby shower. You know, he's always come
Yeah.
out. You know what I mean? He's brought his sons out. So he's
Came to the studio when we were recording Evolution.
yeah, he was in
Yeah.
the studio with us for a day, and
He was.
man, he's been such a vital part. When we
Yeah.
first released Hope Within Hatred, we needed to do a radio edit because it wouldn't work if we didn't. So we had to go back into the studio and re-record it and put more clean vocals in it. So we had to name it to distinguish it against the other track.
Yeah.
So we named it, you know, Hope Within Hatred, the Monty Mix, because he was the first active rock radio station to put it in full rotation in the entire fucking United States. So it was
Big
just,
ass.
but it was funny because he did that. So all the other iHeart radio stations were like, "Oh, what is this? This is edgy. We're putting it on
We're
too."
putting it on.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it caught fire, man. And Monty was a big part of that. So to have him be at the show is pretty special.
That's going to be huge.
Yeah.
And Rex is a big fan of the band
Rex,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
I remember we did our second record and we took in Keep Your Eyes Shut,
Yeah.
and he thought it was going to be like another Hope Within Hatred, and it was just like fucking thrash, fast as fuck. And I remember afterwards, he's like, "Well, guys, man, it's like I'm gonna be honest, that song felt like a fucking sledgehammer just to my head." We were like, "Yeah, well, you know, it's not the radio one, but we're gonna play it anyway, though."
We wanted to see if you would do it.
Yeah, I want to see what your reaction would be.
We had a metal record from Mark Lewis, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I was able to hear a little bit of what's going on during a little previous dress rehearsal going on today.
Yeah.
But I seen you put on Facebook asking for some feedback from the fans of what they want to hear on the set list.
Yeah.
Right. So we had some good ones for you shout out there. Songs like 80 Me, Say It With Your Chest,
Mhm.
Bernie Regrets,
Yeah.
Paging Mr. Mr.
Oh,
Herman,
man.
of course, Bled For You.
It's funny
Some
about
of these gonna be on there.
Bernie Regrets is a funny song because it's I wrote that about my grandmother, and after my grandmother had passed away, and we did this song at a show one time where Johnny C was at. He came up after the set. He goes, "What's the name of that song you boys play that you don't normally play?" We're like, "Oh, Bernie Regrets." He's like, "Don't ever play that
Oh,
song
no.
again live." I was all, "Hey, that song's about my fucking grandma." He's like, "Okay, well, I'm sure she was a sweet lady. Don't play that song again." But no, we wanted to ask the fans, man, what they wanted to hear, and I think we put together a nice
Good little mix.
good mix of all the songs.
That was one that Daniel actually
Yeah.
commented on. He put Bernie Regrets.
Oh yeah. I think it was Busted Balls. Dude.
Oh,
Yeah, so I was like, hey, play Page Mr. Herman, dog.
Oh,
It's like,
man. Yeah, that was the first feature that Shattered Sun had. We did Page and Mr. Herman, and we had Hector from the Winks. And at that time, like we thought the Winks were just like, oh my God, they know who we are.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? They were that band. So he came on and he did that track with us. And those are
Fuck yeah.
old school songs. I honestly couldn't believe people remembered that record. You know, because it was more like a demo. You know what I mean?
They remember it. It's a live show. You know,
Yeah.
they remember it. Dude,
Yeah.
you guys throw down, man.
Man,
Unforgettable.
good times.
So this coming Saturday is going to be a stacked fucking lineup. Everyone's going to be bringing their A game
Oh yeah.
because you guys are the cream of the crop. You guys picked them out. They want to make you proud.
Oh
They want
yeah.
to make you proud. So how does it feel to be reunited and to be able to produce this show for Joe?
Well, one, it's special to do it for my father-in-law because he always wanted it. I think when you lose somebody so suddenly like that, it like really hurts. You know what I mean? So like I used kind of, you know, getting the show together with the guys because I brought it to them. You know, it's a show to raise money for him and his family. You know, and I brought it to the guys, and every one of them, you know, agreed that that's what we needed to do, and it was kind of like I said, all those things that had happened to us throughout our time in the industry and all the things, all that shit just kind of went by the wayside, and we were able to go in and, like I said in my post the other day, like, man, fuck that bullshit. Like, let's just go in and jam.
Yeah.
And it's worked. Like every other time that we've tried to do it, something always would get in the way. Something fucking stupid.
yeah, so like, hey, we need to write a new song. For
Yeah.
this one. It's like,
Like,
we need to talk about recording right
Yeah,
now.
there was always pressure. There was always like a booking agent, like, hey, you guys need to get back, you guys need to get back on the road. It was always like some kind of pressure to where this time it was like, let's just do this for a good cause. Like, because Joe is like not only my father-in-law, he's our friend. You know what I mean? Like he was one of the fucking boys. Like, so to do that for him is special. And being back with the guys, man, fuck, it feels great just because we've all maintained our friendship like throughout the years. I think people think that because we've gone out and done other projects, like that there's like an issue. Like there's never been an issue, man. Like
We've had our group message for a few years.
yeah, we love each other very much, man. We've been there for all the important moments in each other's lives, but this was like the one thing that we did together that was special. When I hear the songs, like when we first started jamming before we got in today, it's like, man, I can't believe we did this. You know what I mean? Like, can't believe we did all of this really fucking cool stuff, man. And I'm thankful to have these guys a part of my life still, and I'm thankful to be doing this show for Joe.
Absolutely. Guys, we're gonna wrap things up. Anything anybody want to do a shout out to besides the bands that are all being a part of the show?
You got any shoe companies you need to
Shoot
shout out?
company, Nike.
Endorsement.
Hit me up. Nike, hit me up.
Takes up the yellow.
Yeah. No, I will say, man, this February 3rd show, I don't know if it's gonna be our last show ever. I don't know if it's gonna spark something in the future, but what I will say is we definitely want to see everybody out there. You guys want to come out, you guys want to have some beers with us, this is gonna be the show to do it. So we're looking forward to seeing you next Saturday.
It's going to be awesome. One show you will never forget here at the Brewster Street Ice House, right down the road from the House of Rock. It's going to be amazing. We're going to be having Shattered Sun, headlining, Darkness Divided, Periwinkle Massacre, Zombie King, Reland, Modern Day Renegade until. Get your tickets at brewsterstreet.net. Don't miss this huge show. Going to be one of the shows of the year.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And if you guys come out and show all the love that I know that you guys have for Shattered Sun, we're going to be able to get some more Shattered Sun. All right. So make sure you're checking out the videos. Go to the Facebook. Keep up with them. There is a lot more Shattered Sun news up ahead. Guys, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for being on the Tony Gomez show.
Love you, man.
I
Thank
love you guys.
Tony.
I'm a big fan. I can't wait till the show Saturday.
Yeah.
It's
Look
gonna be
forward to it, man.
kick-ass.
Thank you
Hell
for
yeah.
this, man. We appreciate it.
Anytime. Thanks a lot for checking out the Tony Gomez show. Keep grinding. Have a great week, and we'll see you at the show Saturday. Take care.
Very
wrap.
cool.
That's a
Very
wrap.
cool, dog.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you, guys. Hey, I'm used to doing a little bit more in depth whenever it comes to our interviews, especially with guys that haven't had a chance to talk